I'm Dr. Ananta Padmanabha, and I worked as a scientist at the Institute of Wood Science and Technology, Malleshwaram, Bangalore, for 38 years. And after completion of 38 years, I took voluntary retirement. And then I'm consulting number of companies in Australia, and have completed almost about 22 years of consultation with Australian firm. And now I have developed almost about 35,000 acres of sandwood plantation in Australia. And now I'm helping to develop sandwood plantation in Tanzania and also in Thailand and in Sri Lanka. And apart from that, I'm helping most of the farmers in India to grow sandalwood. And I have almost about 400 people working under me on sandalwood cultivation in India. And I have more number of plantation companies in Andhra Pradesh than in Karnataka. They are growing extremely well. And this is the background I have. And even today I am consulting a number of companies.
Sir, what changes have been witnessed in sandalwood cultivation?
I find that people are coming forward to grow sandalwood. We started this program in 2000 called Grow More Sandalwood in Karnataka Soaps and Detergents. And also we have told the farmers we are going to buy back the sandalwood that you are growing there. So that was a good initiative for them, and they have taken more care to grow sandalwood in their farm. And also I think no crop in the world gives as much of money as sandalwood, which can give almost about 1.5 to 2 crores in 15 years.
What is the importance and advantages of sandalwood, sir?
The importance of sandalwood is one, we are creating environment, and also we are helping environment to grow well. And also when we grow sandalwood, people are benefited by growing sandalwood for their low income. And the farmers can easily grow there, and farmers can get a lot of money in a very short period. That's the advantage. Earlier we were using sandalwood only for soaps, detergents, and also for perfumes. Now major sandalwood oil is going for medicine, and especially for cancer. And I have treated more than 200 people for different types of cancer, from breast cancer, skin cancer, prostate, liver, and even lung cancer. And many of them have got positive results, and they are happy using sandalwood oil because this is very less expensive compared to chemotherapy, where chemotherapy is going to have all bad effects, whereas sandalwood oil has no bad effect at all. And even normal people also can take, which can increase resistance and also immunity. And I was a victim. I had cancer in 2019 when they made a prostate operation for me. They diagnosed cancer. So when they diagnosed cancer, they told me you have to take chemotherapy and anti-cancerous injection. Otherwise, you are going to die, because I'm a diabetic patient also. Then I told the doctor, I will not take your chemotherapy or medicine. I have my own medicine. And they asked me, what is your medicine? I have sandalwood oil. So I used to take sandalwood oil in hot water, and I took for about 15 days. And after 15 days, I went to doctor again. Sir, you can check me now about the cancer problem with my body. They could not find any cancer at all. So that gave me enough confidence to develop this sandalwood capsule, and I'm giving to many patients who are suffering from it.
How we can extract the oil?
The oil is extracted by either steam distillation. So first the wood has to be made into a powder, and powder should be of about 10 to 15 mesh size, and we have to pass steam through the bottom, and along with the steam, the sandal oil also comes out and get condensed, and we are going to collect that. And earlier some people were doing with chemical extraction using hexane, but that chemical extraction is going to remove all the material present in the wood, and again we have to rectify it. But our Indian merchants do not like to use the hexane developed sandalwood oil, but they want only steam distillation sandalwood oil. And another method is also there, using carbon dioxide, liquid carbon dioxide, but many merchants are not prefer that oil. And we can extract any oil from the wood after 15 years, which will give about 3 to 4% oil.
For 1 kg.
No, percentage. For 1 ton, we will get about 35 to 40 kgs of oil. Now, the present value of the oil is almost about 2 lakhs per kg, and it is very lucrative.
By using soil, what are the byproducts they are making and how they are using soil?
With the help of sandalwood oil, they are making soaps called Mysore sandal soap, and in addition to that, they are making detergents. Also, they are making perfumes. They are making like Charlie and other things using sandalwood oil.
Is there any extracted plants in India in south?
Yeah, I think actually in Mysore we have a sandalwood distillation unit which they have started in 1917, almost about 100 years before. Because earlier we were sending everything, every wood to Germany, and they get the oil distilled. But one of our Diwan, Mr. Vishwasharaya, he said, why not we start our own oil factory? So they started the oil factory in Mysore in 1917, and they are distilling sandalwood oil. They are even using for their soap manufacturing, and also they are selling outside India.
What is the supply and demand of sandalwood?
The demand of is in the world is almost about 6,000 tons we require it. And now, unfortunately, our production is only 350 tons per year. And there's an acute shortage of sandalwood oil. And unofficially, we are producing almost about 1,500 tons illegally. And we are distilling oil also. Now, we are also importing sandalwood oil and wood from other countries to meet the demand. And even if, because there is people will be asking question to me, when many people are growing sandalwood, what would be their future? If the production is going to increase, is there going to be a glut in the market? No, it won't. Because new industries are coming regularly, and new industries require more and more sandalwood oil, and it will be consumed. No problem.
In India, we have so much plenty of sandalwood cultivation. Why we have shortfall?
No, because we have only started now. It is now, I think some of them are not even 10, 15 years. So there are some plantations which are over 20 years. They have extracted sandalwood, and the other ones are very small. But I am sure in 2025 to 2030, we will be having sufficient sandalwood in the country.
Who has to grow sandalwood, sir?
Anybody can grow. Any farmer can grow in his garden. He can grow, because why the forest department is not going to produce it? Because the forest department cannot give irrigation and cannot fertilize it. Whereas if we grow under agricultural crop as a agroforestry crop, we are giving irrigation and also we are giving fertigation, so that the rotation period of sandalwood we can reduce it to 15 years. And the 15 years sandalwood oil will have all the chemical constituents of about 30 to 40 years. So that's why we decided it's better we extract sandalwood in 15 years, so that that will be commercially viable.
Which are the best soils?
Any soil will do. I think whether it's a black cotton soil or even red soil, both are good, provided the pH of the soil is between 6.5 to 8 or 8.5. If it is more than that, the growth will be hindered. And in addition to that, we should have sufficient water present in the land so that we can irrigate it. We can irrigate both sandalwood and also the host plant along with that, which is of commercial value.
What is the planting guide?
Planting guide is, we have earlier the forest department, they used to throw seeds in the forest. I think that's not the type we require it. What we have to do is, with these seeds, we are going to develop nursery, and we raise the nursery stock of seedlings of about 1 to 2 feet in height, and then from the container seedlings, we will plant them in the field.
What is the ideal distance between plant to plant and row to row?
Between row to row is 12 feet or about 4 meters, or between sandal to sandal in the same row, it is 15 feet. And at the middle of about 7.5 feet or 2.5 meters, we are going to have a long-term host, because the host is necessary as long as the sandalwood plant lives.
Which are the best hosting plants?
It depends on the place where we are going to grow sandalwood. And the best one is Casuarina, Pangamia, or any nitrogen-giving plants are very ideal for sandalwood. And I recommend usually plants which are having smaller leaves is better than the bigger leaves, like teakwood leaves. So we cannot use teak as a host plant because that's going to give shade. So one that gives less shade and one that has having smaller leaves are really good for sandalwood host plant.
Then we have to plant the host plant parallelly or after some time.
No, we have to do everything together. When we make a pit, the pit should be of about 2 feet by 2 feet to 2 feet, and the pit should be half filled with farmyard manure, and then plant sandalwood. And at the same time, when we plant sandalwood also, we'll have susbania seeds, which we can sow at a distance of about half a meter from sandalwood, and a long-term host at about 2.5 meters, so that all of them will grow together.
Red sandal, is it good to grow along with the sandalwood?
No, sandal and red sandals, they not grow very well because red sandals is a very fast growing tree compared to white sandalwood. So it is going to suppress the growth of white sandalwood. And even some people in Visakhapatnam, there is one place called Chandan Valley. They try to grow sandalwood with red sandals. It is utter failure. And even Tirupati, they also grew sandalwood and red sandals. It's utter failure. Now they are not growing at all because anything to grow with white sandal, it should have a slow growth compared to sandalwood. Then only it is very lucrative and beneficial. And if it grows very fast, it gives a lot of shade. So white sandal will not grow.
Which is the good part of the plantation of host plant? Right side, left side, like that.
No, we are going to have host plants on the same row, not between. So between the row, we should keep clear. Only we can grow short-term crop of over 3 to 4 months. Why? Because we have to use fertigation, and also you have to use insecticides and pesticides, and that place is required for the movement of tractor. And also soil working is very important. For soil working, we are using rotavator. When we run rotavator, that we should have sufficient space for rotavator to move, because rotavator helps in the soil softening and also removes the weed.
Sir, there are number of nurseries. How to identify a good sapling from a nursery?
For in a nursery, what you have to see is we should see that whether the plant is having the leading shoot, and there should not be any forking at the bottom. If there is any forking at the bottom, we have to reject it. And one with the leading shoot, and which is healthy and green, and the collar stem should be little brownish in color, not green, then it is ready for planting. And it's better we collect seedlings of about 9 months to 1 year or 1.5 years, not more than 2 years, definitely, because it is going to have a root bound in the poly bag, and that will not help to grow better.
So from the farmer point of view, sapling is good or making himself by putting seed?
No, sapling is good, because why sapling is good? Not all seeds that are going to put in the field is going to germinate. So only 50% of them is going to germinate. It's better we are going to waste the seeds. So better we raise seedlings in the nursery and then plant them in the field.
Sandalwood as a fencing plant is good, or can we grow in like a row?
No, either in this block plantation we can grow it, not in a row. In the block plantation we grow it along with the commercial crop, and it will definitely gives, in 1 acre we can grow almost about 200 plants, and in 15 years we can expect about almost about 1 to 2 crores of rupees from sandalwood.
Between the plants of sandalwood, what we can grow?
Yeah, between even intercropping can be done between the space. That's row to row, 12 feet is there, that is about 4 meters. In that also we can grow medicinal plants. We are already growing medicinal plants in Dabur India plantation in Katni, and different type of medicinal plants. And also during summer we can have a short rotation crop like watermelon, muskmelon and ginger. Anything can be grown in the intercrop, and that also gives good income for any farmer.
Sir, I observed in many places when we planted sandalwood in a row, and between we plant any other fruit plants, any orchards, they are suppressing, their growth is stunted. And sandalwood is okay, it is still alive, but the rest of the plants, there is no growth.
No, not all. Only some plants are affected. It's like pomegranate. when we grow pomegranate with sandalwood, pomegranate is going to be killed. And even if we start growing any citrus crop is a very good host for sandalwood. But the problem is sandalwood is going to kill citrus plant, because sandalwood, when it is grown with other commercial crop, it is going to draw nutrition from them by root connection. That's called a horizontal connection. And because of that root connection, some production is really lost. The production will not be more than 10%.
Why in several places the sandalwood growth is not expected up to the mark?
Because they are not giving sufficient irrigation, and also they are not giving fertigation. But that's very important. In addition to that, they also should have host plants, which is very congenial for sandalwood to grow. So without host plants, I think naturally you will not get a good growth at all.
How long a sandalwood tree requires host?
As long as the sandalwood tree lives, it requires the host plant. It's a partial root parasite, so it cannot take nutrition directly from the soil. Why? Because sandalwood, any tree will have a mother root and the lateral roots, and the lateral roots will have root hairs. Whereas in case of sandalwood, after 1 year, the root hair is going to fall. When the root hair is going to fall, it cannot take directly nutrition from the soil. That is why it gets attached to the neighboring plants and draw nutrition from that.
Why sometimes it kills the host plant?
Yeah, because it draws nutrition from the host plant. That is why it kills it.
What is the maturity period of this plant?
So maturity, I think it starts producing heartwood is the central portion of the wood, which gives the scented oil. It starts producing from almost about 3rd year or 4th year, but it is ideal to harvest at the age of 15 years, so that the 15-year plant will have very good heartwood and also very good oil content, almost about 3.5%. So that's we call as a maturity period.
Sir, how will you measure the heartwood, very good heartwood?
We have an instrument called increment borer. So standing tree, we can make a hole in the tree with the help of increment borer. So take out the heartwood content, and we can estimate the heartwood present in the standing tree, and using a formula called pi r squared h. So we can estimate the volume of heartwood present in the standing tree. So there is no need to cut a tree and then find out. And even the living tree we can find out. And now some instruments also have come where they can easily measure from outside what is the content of heartwood within the tree.
An ordinary farmer can measure it?
Yeah, ordinary can easily. He can also learn it, no problem. He can buy the instrument, and definitely he can also learn how to measure heartwood present in the sandalwood.
Most of the farmers who has the maturity plant, they're facing marketing. Where to sell?
Say, I think now what we have to do is every state should have a sort of consortium, and they should have a committee, every state, so that they can pool all the resources. And when they pool all the resources from the farmer, then they can call for auction. So then the merchants will come and buy it. And if the individual farmers is going to sell it, then they will ask for a low price. They will not get a real price. And another thing is Karnataka Soaps and Detergents, Bangalore, they also can buy. So they have a fixed rate by the forest department, and they give a good rate for any sandalwood. And any farmer in South India can make an MOU with them, and they can supply sandalwood. The sandalwood, your sandalwood is safe, and your money is also safe.
Cutting, there is no problem. While transportation to escape that headache, farmers are giving to traders and middlemen.
No, not at all. I think what we do is the Karnataka Soaps and Detergents, when they identify plants are available, we come with our own vehicle, and then we cut it, load it, and then bring back to our oil factory, and within 3 months we will settle it. Because when we cut the sandalwood tree, it will have a moisture content of almost about 50%. So the moisture content should reduce to 15 to 20%. Then only we can extract the oil. So that will take about 3 months for clearing the bills.
There are traders to buy.
There are a lot of traders are there to buy in India, and there are all distillers are there, and they are distilling also.
When there is a huge gap between demand and supply, why government is not encouraging cultivation one side and buying and selling, marketing?
No, yeah, they're also buying. The State Department also, they are going to buy sandalwood from the farmers. And the only thing is it takes a longer time. Whereas Karnataka soaps, they give correct price within a short period. And also, I think I have number of distillers also. I have introduced to many farmers in India. So they will go and see the present sandalwood there, and then they will buy it. No problem.
Sir, earlier why governments took control and restricted this crop confined for only for forest?
No, because actually this control was brought from Tipu Sultan in 17th century because Tipu Sultan wanted foreign exchange and money, and he was fighting against the British people. And when he is fighting against the British people, he wanted money to buy arms and ammunition. So what he did was he was selling sandalwood to French people because French was also there in India. So he was selling sandalwood to French people and get foreign exchange and earn arms and ammunition so that he can fight with the British people. So he declared as a royal tree and a government tree wherein nobody can cut. The same thing continued till 2001, and in 2001 only they have amended the Forest Act, both in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. And now in 2023, even they have gone to the extent of allowing selling and cutting also they have allowed, so that anybody can cut and sell and to anybody they like, not only to the government.
What is the future of the sandalwood industry in India?
The future is very bright. As I told you, I think, we were using sandalwood oil only for making perfumes. We are now making a lot of medicinal value is there, and especially for the cancer. And I have prepared some capsule. I can show you the capsule which I have made here. These are pure sandalwood oil capsule, which can be given for any type of cancer. And even I have made an article also, how to use sandalwood oil, and I have given all the references are there and how many types of cancer you can cure it. And this is already established fact. And actually in America they have done a lot of clinical studies and they have proved this sandalwood oil is very useful for cancer.
Sir, is there any approval or any certificate for this?
Yeah, it is there. It's already documented in America. It is patented already. So what I have done is I have copied what they have already published and I have made it into a simpler form so that our layman can understand.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.